2015, we were out here, and since then, not much has changed. Veterans are still dying, and they throw out these numbers, 22, 20. To me, one veteran committing suicide is bad enough. But we don't take a look at how it affects our nation as a whole. Children of parents who commit suicide are 3 times more likely to commit suicide themselves. So we have thousands of veterans committing suicide. How is that impacting our nation? We have been at war for a long time in this nation, since before the founding. And these veterans need to be taken care of. We are federal patients, and we demand federal safe access to whole plant cannabis. We don't want the fake shit. We want the real deal plant that's helping our veterans every day. These veterans that came out here are warriors. Many veterans hide in the closet because they're afraid of our federal government, especially now that we have a change of command that's attacking cannabis. Veterans are hiding. Veterans are committing suicide. Veterans are taking the pills because they do not know any other way. We want the option of cannabis for our medicine. I'm not saying every veteran needs to take it, but it needs to be an option. Last time I checked, you cannot die from cannabis. I may have felt like I was, but I did not die from cannabis. I am a suicide survivor. I took over 100 pills that the VA gave me, and I drank large amounts of alcohol. And I was in ICU for 4 days. And the Marine that saved my life introduced me into cannabis. I was a federal law enforcement instructor after the Marine Corps. I was as straight edge as you can get. And cannabis made me a better father. It made me a better husband. It has integrated me back into our community. And from that, I started Weed for Warriors Project 30 days after my suicide attempt. And now we are touching the lives of veterans across the nation. But we could do more if they would do studies. We could do more if they would grant us federal access across the nation for veterans that fought for the White House, that fought for our Constitution. We are veterans. We are warriors, and we are here to make a stand.
Yeah!
So before this next young man comes up, I want to tell a little bit about why I got into this. I'm a veteran. I'm a disabled combat veteran. Most people are like, hey, Brandon, what do you mean? What got hurt? My shoulder got hurt. My head got hurt even worse because I went overseas. I went to war at 18 years old. I'm 33 now. I still can't sleep. Still can't hang out on 4th of July with my friends because the fireworks are too scary. Still can't do it. But even worse, I'm the only boy left in my family. One of my cousins committed suicide after we came back. First cousin, slept in the same house, lived in the same quarters. And the other cousin was killed in an IED accident that I tried to save him from. Life is cruel like that. And it's also a part of our duty as soldiers to step up and take care of that. But when I came back, I wanted to really try to figure out how I could still be of service. So I saw so many soldiers where I'm from, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, so many family members affected by traumatic stress, but even worse, by the legal system. Because cannabis is illegal and has been for a long time in many states, and especially in North Carolina. Not only will you lose your benefits, you lose your freedom. After you lose your freedom, you lose your job. So you got some of the most elite soldiers, some of the best quality people who volunteered to lay their life on the line, damaged for life and systemized. I want to bring up somebody that I read about in a court case. I want to bring up somebody whose life was really affected for trying to save his own life.
Good afternoon. My name's Chris Lewandowski. I'm a veteran, I'm a patient, and I choose cannabis. I did 10 years in the Marine Corps. I got medically retired, and that process happened out of Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Now, they had me on 18 pills a day. My wife didn't know who I was, my kids didn't know who I was. I was literally dying on the inside out. wake up every morning and literally not know what was going on. A family friend showed me cannabis out in California, so I decided that I would experiment. And in Oklahoma, they had terrible meds. You couldn't treat yourself properly, so I attempted to grow my own. I literally only had 6 cannabis plants, and for the last 3 years, I have been fighting for my life. The state of Oklahoma wants me to serve life in prison for